Hi everybody, welcome. I'm with my best friend whom I've met virtually, Ajay Kumar, and now he's giving a session on AWS and ML. Trust me, he has so much of passion, and we had a session last week and we postponed it, came here, and we are delivering a new content for you guys so that you guys can be more satisfied about doing something beyond it. And trust me, he's also an Pioneer ambassador for Hyderabad chapter, and he's doing amazing events by calling a lot of people for his podcast through the Pioneer, and also he is also hosting that on the event side. So do check it out. Make sure that you support his channel, Ajay Kumar Zenfinity, and also make sure that he's an amazing chap, calling for as many webinars as you want, and he's ready to give you that gap. And stage over to you, brother. This is all yours, and yeah, do whatever you want. Teach us.
Thank you very much, Vishwas. Thank you very much for inviting me. So, hello guys, this is Ajay, and today we are going to basically learn how we can use AWS Amazon Web Services for machine learning or deep learning purposes. So, before starting, I'll just give you a brief introduction, like how we can make it happen. I'll just share my screen, Vishwas.
Yes, it is visible.
Visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Is this visible, Vishwas?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. So basically, guys, Amazon Web Services was launched in 2006 and is a comprehensive, rapidly evolving cloud computing platform that we can use it for infrastructure as a service or platform as a service or uh, as a software as a service as well. So, what is the reason behind like why it is so famous? And the reason is that it's globally implemented and it's more reliable. The one more advantage is that like no competitor is there for AWS. Like some companies are coming with their computational resources, giving for for temporary purposes. Temporary purposes, you can go there, you can perform your task, get your results, and come back. So this way, you can also use their services. But AWS is basically advancing because of its large number of tools. So here just a second. So here, like if you see this one AWS, there are many number of tools. Like for analytics purpose, you can use and blockchain business applications, and this computing, robotics, satellites. So this thing is making a difference from a normal computational platform. Like here in this one, you can use these tools based upon your application. Like if you want to use this AWS for your advertising or marketing industry, you can use it. If you want to use it for machine learning purposes, there are some tools are there, you can simply go and use it. You don't need to even configure anything or much thing. And there are some serverless technologies are also there. So one by one, like we'll be going through with these tools, and then we'll be knowing how we can use this AWS for ML purposes and what's the best tool that we have in this one. So as you can see here, in the number of tools we have, these plenty of tools are there
Ajay,
for
can you make
features.
it full screen?
Yes, yes.
Presentation mode.
Yeah. So here in this one in feature services, as you can see, it's like EC2, DynamoDB, Amazon Aurora, S3, and the major one here is like Sagemaker. So you must be knowing like we are using this EC2 services for computational purposes and S3 for storage purposes. If you don't know about the SQL coding, then you can use this DynamoDB. And for like serverless technology, if you don't want to deal with those technical things to configure your network, then simply you can go with this Amazon Light Sale service. So that's a very good option available for. And the good thing is that like it's available in the free tier uh, tier trial. And then there comes this Amazon SageMaker. in which you can train your model, deploy. Also, you can evaluate the performance and data engineering task and analysis parts. Also, you can do it here. So, in this session, we are going to see how we can use the SageMaker for ML purposes. So before going to the tutorial, I'll be explaining how we can use the SageMaker. And before this one, I'll give you just like a little introduction. What is SageMaker is basically. So SageMaker is basically a first integrated development environment developed for ML by the AWS. So there are plenty of other platforms are there, but you won't get a predefined like platform through on which you can directly go and work on your models. Like you have to configure some other things like maintain your own server setting, some environments and other things you have to do as well. But here in this one, it's fully integrated. You just need to set some parameters and you can just go ahead. So there are some steps in SageMaker. Like first, you have to prepare your data set. So in preparing the data set itself, they have their own features like SageMaker Ground Truth, SageMaker Data Wrangler. So this SageMaker Data Wrangler is a new part. Here, like it will basically help you to prepare your data set. So the biggest challenge in machine learning is that once we get the data, we are not able to get the good results because of there are so many anomalies are there in the data set, or not available values are there. And some if we have one column with the categorical values only, then in that maybe there may be some continuous value will be there. So though that things will come under this data wrangling or data cleaning part. So for that purpose, we have this tool, Data Wrangler, which is like recently added. We can recently use this one. Then there comes to this build part. So once we got the data, we will be going to build our model. So in SageMaker itself, there are some predefined tools are there. Like if you just name it, like if you want to use this Inception Net, Efficient Net, or 4CNN, like this VGG 16, VGG 19, you just have to import those build data sets, build models for your data set. So this is a good thing about this platform. So if you want to build your own architecture, then also you can go with this platform. Through hard coding, you can go ahead and build your own platform. SageMaker Autopilot is also there to create machine learning models with full visibility. And there is one more functionality which is recently added. This one is SageMaker Jumpstart. So in this one, if you have any problem, you can just go there, search model according to your problem, and then you can use that model to get your solutions. I'll be explaining this part also in tutorial. So once we get ready, we'll move forward. So in the next part, once you have prepared your data set, you have to choose your architecture for, or if you want to customize your own architecture, you have to decide in this one only. And then we'll go forward with this train and tune data. So one click training is there, and some automated model training and distributed training libraries will be there. So in this one, also you will get customization where you can add which type of computational resources you want to use. So like this is the biggest challenge in machine learning and deep learning. You never know how much computational power you are going to use. So in that case, if you buy RTX 4000, then it may take for your data set for 2 days, 3 days, or maybe a week. But if you have this one, if you have this Amazon SageMaker, and you have uh, and your data set is basically taking 1 week on RTX 4000, then in that case you can use here in this case you can use as many of our graphic GPU units, and you can train your model in a very less time, maybe on a one day or a 2 day. So that basically makes a difference when you are using a real graphic card or this virtual machines, this SageMaker. So I'll be demonstrating how we can train and tune our data set, or some already predefined models are there. So I'll explain like how we can use those predefined models for our data sets and get the solutions done. The most important the one of the most important thing here is to deploy and manage. once you have trained your data set and your model is ready for running on your test data set. In that case, you have to deploy on some like some platform. So this platform also you can use it for deployment of your models. Then after that, you just need to pass your test data set and you'll get a desired result in that case. So that's how this whole SageMaker is going to work. So it's a one single platform IDE for ML, and like many people are using this one. So here in this one, we'll see one tutorial. So I'll start that one. Vishwas, can you please tell me like my screen is still visible? Can you see my
Yes.
browser?
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So So this is basically a platform. When you create your AWS account, you'll see this kind of settings here. So same features are there. You need to prepare your data, build, train and tune and deploy and manage. So here you'll see the recent activities and all those parts. So without wasting time on these configurations, let's directly come to the studio. So once you are in a studio, you just need to create your image like uh, so I have already created one studio here. So once you create a studio here, you'll get an option to create a username. So for you, like if you create one studio of ML in SageMaker, then you'll get a chance to create your own username. Once you click on this one, it will ask for the mode and I am this role. So this you need to provide and you just need to submit it. It will take some like 5 to 10 minutes to create your own account. So just to save the time, I've already created this account here. And once you have created your username, you just need to click on this one and it will run. So here is you can see that it's already running and these apps are already like in this one only. So once you open this one, it will be like this. So it's the same like a Jupyter one. You'll get so many features to use it. I'll just explain you what exactly I was doing here. So this is a first impression of SageMaker, where you'll get so many tools like just a one just one single click you can prepare you can run your models. You know, like it's tough when you are using your own data set on local machines. So what happens basically when we are using our own data set on local machine? So the problem there is that you have to configure your CUDA with your respective operating system and your spider version and your python, everything you have to check it. And if you're doing one single mistake, it will not run. So that's and also with the CUDA, the problem is that like everything should like if you're using previous versions, it will not work. So that's a problem with CUDA. That's why it's fine as a intermediate a developer. You can use these libraries which is already developed. You don't need to figure out too much things. So here in this one, I'll show you this SageMaker Jumpstart launched asset. So here in this one, there already prepared models are there, like fraud detection. If you want to do, you can go and use this you can just launch this one and you can use their architecture to perform on your data set. So you don't need to train it again. So there are already pre-trained networks are there. You just need to go with your test data set and you can perform your results. And similarly, like other tools are there like predictive maintenance and detect the malicious users and transactions, reinforcement learning and demand forecasting and so on, and hand writing recognitions. So these kind of solutions are there also on the base of your industry. Like if you are from the advertising industry, marketing or for analysis, so based upon your industry, application tools will be there. You can just go and simply run this one. These are the vision tools for CNN models like Inception V3, and ResNet, and so on. The list is very long, so you can just go and check which model is suitable for you. As you can see here, like 196 vision models are there, well, so you can use your models as per your convenience. Let's come to this one. I'll show you how we can actually use this. uh, just for the demonstration, I made a script in which like I'll get the data and I'll show you how we can basically train and test our data set in this AWS. So here in this one, I'm just importing necessary libraries and setting the environments. So I'll also give you a like difference if you are doing coding in a spider and if you're doing coding in here. So what is basically creating a difference and where the problems comes and what is a which is a best solution there. So here in this one, the first I've divided this whole program into a module. So like in first module, I'm just importing some necessary files like this pandas numpy sagemaker. So here if you are using this AWS, you have to import this sagemaker get execution rule so that you'll be able to get your IAM account information to make it happen, because it's the same as you use your spider, but some commands will be different. Like you need to mention this one, and the second command will be you need to mention your session where you are running. So there is one command for defining your reason, and which is this one like boto t3, which is like which I'm using to define my reason. Uh, so if I run this block, this is the output I'm getting. So my SageMaker instance is ready for the use, and my region will be US East 1 region. And I've also created a XGBoost container, which is like this one. So that's how like this is the first module which is working, and then we'll go to the next module. So in the first module, we have just imported all the necessary files and set it some environments and container and region also. But in the second module, we are going to name our S3 bucket. So in AWS, you have to you have to place your data in S3 buckets. So S3 bucket is basically kind of a database like your hard drive. You are going to keep your data in that buckets. And there is one more module that you need to know that, which is EC3. So that's basically using for computation purposes. Like you can define or you can take your EC services as per your convenience. So here in this one, I'm passing name of my bucket and using it this S3 bucket. So as like for running the ML programs, we need to have some data set, and I'm going to store my data set in this S3 bucket. So name is this one. It should be unique, so I just named this blah blah blah. And I'm using this try and accept block to, like, if I get some error, so in that condition it should be in condition to tell me like where the exactly error is. That's why it's good use if we are using this try and accept block in our code. So once we have created this S3 bucket, S3 dot create bucket is equals to bucket's name, which is this one in this region. So once it is created, we are going to download the data from this website. So my data is on this awsstatic.com. So I'm downloading that data set, and if it's gets successfully downloaded, it is going to show me this error, show me this pop-up. So S3 bucket is successfully created here now, and this data set dank underscore clean.csv is also downloaded. I'll be using this one, and our data is and after downloading the data, we have to load the data set into our read.csv format or in a data frame, so that we can use it in our program. Like if you want to it's quite easy thing. Like if you want to train your ML models, then that data set should be in data frame or in this table format. So once it's get ready, you can go ahead with the block 3 where basically we are dividing this data set into two parts: train data set and test data set. So np.split method we are using to divide the model data into two parts. So here I'm using 70% of the training data sets and 30% of the testing data sets, which is going to utilize for this training and testing purposes. And later on, once you run this block, so just control and enter we are using to run this block, and we'll get the results here. So as you can see here, two double eight three one comma 61. 61 is the number of columns in there, and 28,831 uh, examples will be there in your training data set, which is going to train your model. And 12,357 examples will be there of 61. Like as you can see here, like the number of columns will be same, and your data is ready to give it uh, in training data set and testing data set to the model. So once you have downloaded the data, you will be able to see it here as well. So this is my data set that I'm using. Okay, so this is fine. So the first column will be just the index value, and second column will be this age one, campaign, days, previous, and around 61 columns will be there describing uh, their features. So at the end, you'll see this y no or y yes value, which is we are going to predict through our model. So if y no is true or 1 here, the y plus y yes should be 0. So in the same case, you see like if our y no value is 0, its y yes value should be 1. So that's how we our data is already in a categorical format, so that we can simply go ahead and train our model. So once we are ready with the data set, we need to give it some data pre-processing we have to perform. Like uh, so pd.concat is basically we are using to
Ajay,
concatenate
can you like zoom in a little bit, man? Like, it's
yes,
like
yes, yes, yes.
720p, right? It's like not that visible. God. Like
Uh,
you diminish that part. Like you can
yeah, I'll just remove that part.
sidebar. You can like just diminish. Yeah. Yep. This is fine.
Just a second.
Bro, this online meetup. This is the problem.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Is it fine?
Yes, it's fine. It's fine.
uh, is it fine, Vishwas?
Yeah, yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So once you have your data set in training and testing format, so in train data you'll be having 8,000 examples, and in your test data you'll be having 12,000 of examples are there. So after this one, you are going to perform this data pre-processing. Up to this one, like some steps are same as you are doing in your Spider or in Python normal on local instance. But if you are using this SageMaker, this some commands will differ. So once you have your data set, you are going to pass it to your model. So up to this one, it is working good. And here, okay, here it comes to the session one. Like there is a command to create a session on SageMaker, like SageMaker.session. So in this way, you can create a session of SageMaker. So what is basically it is going to do? It is basically going to create a session having a number of CPUs and GPUs and also a kernel. So if I click on this one, through here you can use your kernel. Like if you want to use mxnet data science based Python TensorFlow, and some more kernels are there. So there are some GPU optimized or CPU optimized based upon your applications. If you want to train your model on GPU, you can use this Python T3 Python 3.6 GPU optimized kernel, but I'll be using in this default one for data science only. And for virtual CPUs and RAM also you can mention here. So this is a good thing that we should aware of it, like what is it exactly this ml.p3.medium is. So this is for the fast launch only, but if you are using high combo like a very large data set having lakhs of examples, in that case you need to click on this G4DN, which is used like which we can use for accelerated computing, having a memory of 16 GB and virtual CPUs of 4 in number. In the same way, if you are like if you are thinking okay, you are not able like you don't need a much GPU intensive task, but you are more on a compute optimized task, then in that case you can use this ml.c5.large instance. So these are the basically a number of instances that you can use in your model. So before going to this part, I'll just explain how we can uh, like how many instances are there in this one. So we have these many types of instances while we are using the CC2. This compute optimized, memory optimized, accelerated computing, storage optimized, and so on. So in this one, presently we are using this. Okay, see, these ML instance will not be here, I guess. Yeah, so it's not here. But if you want to purchase this AWS, then you can use as per your as per your desire. Like this P4 is the best one. P4 D24X large having 8 GPUs, and the each GPU will be of this A100 tensor core GPUs. So this is an amazing one, and so total memory will be 1152. So these 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 GPU instances will be there. So based upon your requirement, you can go and just select that instance from here. So once you are done with your selecting the instance, or basically I'll just give you like why we are selecting the instance. Basically, if you are selecting some good instance with a large memory, then it will be easy for your model like to train fast. Like if it is taking 1 week of time, then in that case it will take around 1 or 2 based upon your instance and memory and computation power how much you are using. So once you are ready with that pre-configurations, so the one good thing here is that you don't need to even configure it. Like some default settings will be there. Although if you want, you can go and edit those things, but in the default one, it will be there. So you don't need to use much things. So once you have created your session of SageMaker, it will say to pass this algorithm that your algorithm container you are using and your role and your instance number. Like if you increase the instance number here, then your this type of instance will get increased, and it will increase your it will basically decrease your training time. So here I'm using this ml.m4x large instance of and instance count is 1. Also here I'm just passing my output path. So after passing this output path, I'm ready to give the hyperparameters and to train this model. So in this one, I'm using this XGBoost algorithm to train my model. So here in this one, I'm passing my training model and S3 input train dataset. So like my training dataset will be there in the S3 bucket, and I'm started to train it. So it will take some time, like based upon your data set and your instance and the number of instance and like some more parameters, it will depend, and it will train your data set for some time. So just to not just to consume some more time, I did a few hours ago this one. Once it's completed, you will see here like this training seconds are there. So like 57 seconds it took to train my model. And this is a good thing. Like Amazon charges you how much you are basically using it. So if you are using it for 59 seconds, it is going to charge for 59 seconds only. I'll also show you how much it took in this like how much I've been charged for this data set. So once you are ready with this, once you have trained your data set on your model using this XGB boost, then you can go ahead and predict this one. So in prediction also it will take some time, but not a much one. Like in training itself, it takes a good time, but in predicting it should not take much time. So once it is ready, you can use this xgb.deploy method to basically use it. And once you are ready with that, you can use the predict method, the same one, model name xgb predictor dot predict, and your test data set here. Use test data set here. So only this much code you are using in your spider, but if you are using this one, you need to add this dot decode utf-8 to mention what kind of the format setting, or decoding part, which format are you basically using. So once you're ready with that, you just need to uh, save the results, and run it for your evaluation. I'll show you. Okay, so this is your evaluation results. The overall classification rate was 89.5%. I've calculated this one here. So basically TP stands for like true positive, TN stands for true negative results. And if you know about, if you have any problem with the class confusion matrix, you can ask in comments. I'll show you like how this confusion matrix is working. So after computing this p value from the confusion matrix, you'll get your overall classification rate and the predicted one. So this like not purchase and purchase, this classic this confusion matrix will be there. So here in this one you can interpret it as like when there is no purchase and no purchase is the actual value. This no purchase, this vertical one is a predicted value and this one is a observed value. So 90% chances are there, like when there is no purchase and the no purchase observed, so the chances will be like a 90%. And if there is a uh, if there is a chances of like no purchase, but the model is predicted that it is purchasing, in that case its accuracy will this number of chances are 37%, 167 on. And one more thing, it is on our testing data set. So these all results, this 89.5% overall classification rate was on your testing data sets. So once you are ready with once you are like you have trained your model, you can use it on different data sets as well. But the thing is that your training and testing data set should be of like should belong from a same distribution. So if much difference in a distribution will be there, your model is not going to work well on your testing data set. So it's a general problem that happens, like it gets overfit. So in that case you have to ensure that you are passing a similar distribution of your training and testing data set. So once you have completed your running, the most important thing is to close this one. like you I already created this s3 bucket, and some objects I created. So those objects need to be like deleted, because if I don't delete it, it's going to keep charge. So that's these are the things that we have to do. That's it. I'll show you how much I've been charged for this particular thing. So some of the services will come under this free trial, but just for this SageMaker, I have been using since like around 2 or 3 days, and I've been charged this dollar 1.53 or 136 rupees. So that's a good part. And so this is this much only. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions, like how we can choose the right GPU for our uh, a GPU instance for our for our applications, you can go through this article. This is a very good. I've seen this one. I'll just mention this article in the comment section also. Like if you want to train your model on very complex architectures, and it is taking a months of time, then in that case you can mention you can just work on how you can mention a very good GPU for uh, your application based like approach, and you will get what type of GPU instance you are going to use. So that's a good approach basically. And after this one, you can just delete everything and you can just save the results. Okay, I'll just show you. So once you have completed your things, you can save this model. Also, you can just export this one and copy the download. So that's how it's working. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask. Over to you, Vishwas.
Yes, Ajay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the session. I think you did an amazing job about explaining us about everything about AWS. Like that's what it requires, right? Every ML instances might have a different story to say. Like you just said everything about it. So thank you so much, Ajay. Thank you so much, guys. Any questions, any queries? Make sure that you reach him back in the LinkedIn or else Twitter, mail, Instagram, wherever you find us authorized people, just just contact us. We'll make sure that we clarify all your doubts. And Ajay is an amazing, approachable person. Do connect with him and do join him. And if you have any questions, drop it right now, or else we are going to end the broadcast very soon. Fine, then there's no questions up here.
Okay.
So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And anything that Ajay shares about this session will be there in the description section of this video. So do check it out. Thank you so much, Ajay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vishwas, for inviting me. And audience, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and you can directly get in touch with me through LinkedIn, Facebook, or whichever platform you are using. Thank you very much, Vishwas.
Thank you, everybody.